Welcome back to Tidbits and Tea. Let me start this video. I was going to call it Everybody Talks, but it has been chaos to get this video done and uploaded. So I've had different takes on this, and when I drew what's at the end of the video, I just drew this bottom portion here. I came home and sat and looked at it for a while before I did the video and realized there's more to it. And when I started, I got these thought clouds, and none of this was here. I just had these two and these two over this one right up here. This all came in after. So let's start with all the people. These seem to be the main three characters. Well, I should say five. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But these three seem to be the pivotal main characters, and I could be wrong. She could be a big one, but I really feel like this is this woman here. Little smirk on her face. I feel like that's the same woman. And I'm not quite sure if these two are a couple or if these two are together and she's just talking and she's upset she's talking. I had a very hard time figuring out who is with who, and that might be what some of all the talk is about, because there's so many players and so many characters. That being said, this gentleman here, let's start with him on the end. He's got a child under his arm, and he's got either his face or the child's face down his leg. This seems to look like the same child here that's down on her left arm. So arms are the ability to hold life and life experiences. And then the legs are movement forward in life and being able to move forward with ease. So that tells me that either he is not able to move forward with ease, but you see how angry he is. Whatever it is, I feel like this woman is causing issues for this man here. And looking up here at his thoughts, this gentleman weighs heavily on his head, whether it be this gentleman here or someone else, but I really think it's this gentleman. And as you go up, there's this bunny rabbit and this woman. I think he is accusing him of causing issues in their life. And when you go up here, the gentleman, he's thinking about himself with the bunny hidden back here. And I'm not sure if it's referring back to this bunny or this woman, but I think he thinks that she's the problem and she's the bunny problem. The bunny could refer back to the issues of sexual promiscuity. I know the rabbit is represented by, well, the demon leap is represented by the rabbit, which is the demon of fertility and sexuality. And I really think that he thinks she's the cause and he thinks he's the cause. This may be a son and this may be grandchildren. I'm not quite sure. But if you look, she is definitely the cause. If you go to back down to his leg here, leg problems are fear of the future and not wanting to move forward, because the legs carry us forward in life. And he's angry about having to move forward in this situation and probably a little bit afraid of it. You could see there's a little bit down on his knee here, and knees are fear and ego. This is a blow to his ego. And I don't see any connection to them except that he is connected to her. And I feel like this is a mother figure, and it's weighing very heavily on this man. This is his right shoulder where we carry life experiences. And this gentleman is sitting on it. You can see him sitting here. He is a burden to him. This has put a huge burden on him. And whoever this child is not able to have good life experiences because whatever this is embarrassing. Now, I'm assuming this is a mother. She seems to be older. However, she could just look older in my picture, and this could actually be his wife that's causing major marital issues. I don't feel that way just because she does look like she's a bit older. Again, though, I could be wrong, and maybe she just cut her hair and it's just a short haircut. going to these two characters here, if you look, she's got her throat chakra open, her mouth is open, she wants to talk. She's got plenty to say. His mouth is talking. What his mouth is saying, it doesn't look too happy here. It looks kind of sad and upset. So it's possible that these two had a thing going and people were talking and it got out, because the way she's looking at her and these people around her are talking, this one's talking to her, and it's weighing heavily on her heart. If you look down here at her heart, it looks a little sad and upset here. But her throat chakra is open and she is talking away to this one. So it's possible that this one is husband and wife or partners, and that she was hitting on him and she's upset about the whole thing. But as you see, as she goes up and she's thinking about everything, there's a lot that's really happening up here, and we'll get back to that. So let's go back over here to these guys. If you look, his right side, his male take action initiative, is kind of firm, putting his foot down, stern, kind of wanting to sit still and not move. There's no burdens on his shoulder. I think he thinks he's in charge. He can do what he wants to. If you look down at his hand, it's down here, and I thought it was just sitting there kind of chill, but he's kind of got his hand down on this gentleman here, and I'm not sure who this is, but he's kind of got a hand on this guy here. And again, I don't know who that is, and he may just be sitting chill, and this guy is maybe an alter ego even. It's kind of hard to tell because it's so small. And it may be the reality he's holding on to himself and his own issues with the whole situation, and he is not happy having to hold on to moving forward with this, or holding on to this relationship. Actually, it kind of looks like her, doesn't it now? Yeah, it does. It looks like her. So maybe he's holding on to this woman and trying to hold on to this at the same time, or hide this and hold on to her. So what it feels like is he's holding on to her, whether it be for stability, security, or just because it's a relationship. He's firm in his decision because he can do what he wants. He's the man. But his left side, he's kind of happy to be dealing with this secretly. He's looking at her like, oh my goodness, I can't believe this. Don't do this. And I think she's publicly becoming more and more wanting to have a relationship, wanting to be with him. On his right side, his male moving forward side, he is not thrilled with it. He's a little shocked and surprised, but I think it's more because the talk. People are talking, things are being said, things are happening. So he's thinking back and thinking that she's the problem because she's seduced him, which, as you see, she's totally hitting on him. Her heart wants him. Her heart has a focus directly on him. She's the one, not him, that has the issue down here, the wanting to be with him. His arm looks like, no, we can't move forward with this anymore. Arms are the capacity to hold life. So it's possible they've been together at least once or twice, and now he's telling her, no, we can't do this. And she's just not having it. I thought this was her at first, upset that they can't move forward and that she can't hold on to this experience anymore. And that is possible, but I think that's more of her hand here wanting to hold on to what she wants, whereas this not being able to move forward or stressed is the little girl or boy here, but I think it's a girl because it's left side. And I think he is sheltering her from her. It's very possible this is a daughter or granddaughter, and I really think it is a granddaughter. But she can't hold on to having this relationship with the granddaughter and embarrassing the family publicly because she's gotten a little too forward, and maybe he encouraged it at one point, but now that there's so much talk, he's not okay with it. In his thoughts, he's blaming her, and this gentleman here is blaming him. And I think that he's thinking about this guy here. You see how this kind of waves in? So this man is heavily on his head causing distress. And he thinks the man is the demon, and his mother or wife, whichever this is, girlfriend, but I'm assuming it's wife or mother, is the issue. And you see his face here. I think the bunny is transitioning to him. It is also possible that this is the son and this is the father, and the father is upset, and this is the father angry at this man. And the father could have possibly come in. Actually, this kind of looks like this guy just without a mustache there. He could have come in and accused this man and gotten angry. And he's like, oh, shoot, I've been caught. And he's telling her, no, we can't do this anymore. You're going to have to back off. The son is furious and angry because the dad is going after him because it's his fault. This is his wife. So this is his sexual partner. And he's thinking, oh, dear, this is my sexual partner. He may not have even known that this was a thing, but I think he did. I think he was very well and aware of what he was getting into when he did. That being said, I'm not quite sure who these two are. I was trying to figure that out, and these could just be other people or other women that are interested in him. Or it could be her. It could be her, excuse me, hitting on him. She's the one that moved forward, and this is the husband upset and angry. But he's thinking through all this. I think he's trying to figure out what the truth of the whole thing is. But their thoughts connected after, right at the end, and I was kind of scribbling around, and the thoughts just started all connecting. And I think the whole thing has them, this one here, I think it has him upset and disgruntled because he's upset at the entire situation. It's affecting the children. It's causing a problem. And she's not too upset. But these two are having some issues because you see the faces down here. He's not wanting to move forward, and her sexual appetite is upset because she does want to move forward. Her whole heart is open and wanting him. His heart is starting to close up a little bit on her, but he's still open to it at the same time. He just doesn't want it to be public is what it looks like. If you look on the left side, this gentleman here, which seems to be this guy here, is causing issues for him on his left side, which is the feminine energy. And I think he's causing issues for him to have this affair and this relationship. Now, the reason I say that these two are not partners is because he's trying to hide this. And you can see he doesn't know what to say. He's confused. He's astonished. He's, oh, bad word. What do I need to say here? Meanwhile, on his right side, he's got this girl up in his head. This could be one of his children, possibly. He's thinking about how this will affect this one. It could be a wife or a girlfriend. Either way, he's concerned about this one. And I say that because she's in his hair, she's in his memories, and she's in his thoughts, in his energy, hair is energy. And her mouth is shut, so he's thinking about her. This guy is definitely watching and upset about something. These guys are in his energy, and they're all keeping an eye, but they seem to be looking at her. So I think his friends are looking at her because they think she's the problem. That being said, this woman here, I'm not sure what her relation is, but seeing the child under her arm, and that child's under her left arm also, I really think this woman and this man are together, and this is their child, and she is reasoning with this woman, and this is possibly him reasoning with this woman. And I'm not sure why they are. It is also, so that's a big one here. They're both reasoning with her. There's too much talk. Whoever this is here is talking to her and telling her, hey, this is what's going on. And they could have had a conversation. This could be her. And she's thinking about things and thinking how things are going. But I really think this woman is telling people they're all talking. And you see all the people in this woman's energy here. And she's angry. She's hurt. If you look at her heart, her right side is angry and wants... It's like a facetious smile. She almost wants to get back at this woman. How's she going to do it? She's not going to put up with this. And then on the left side, she's afraid, she's worried, she's concerned. She has the burdens of the world on her left shoulder, her arm, no movement forward. She's angry, and she's contemplating how she's going to move forward, how she's going to deal with this. And even coming up here onto her collarbone, this whole area here, it's starting to clog the areas, the joy in her life. So she may have some lymph stuff going on. She may be holding on to some lymph because the process and the experiences of life all of a sudden aren't too exciting. On her left side, she has this gentleman here. I don't think that's this guy as much as this guy. He's caused issues, she thinks, for her marriage because he's accusing her husband of being with this woman. And now she's having to look at this woman and analyze what the truth is or isn't. So you see this woman here, she's thinking, but she's thinking about her husband and her. She's not thinking about this guy. She's thinking about this guy. So she's probably telling people, no, my husband and I are good and everything's okay. And they're all looking at her like we all know about this. If you look at this woman and you go back up, the horse represents the masculine promiscuity. Kechi, the nucleae, they were the demons of fertility and promiscuity that used the horse's representation, just like Lepus was the rabbit. So when we see rabbits and horses, we're looking at promiscuity, at least in my art. Don't know why they came out like that. That's just how it's portrayed. It took me a long time to figure that one out, but I did. Anyway, you can see the angry rabbit, the shocked rabbit, an angry horse up here. There's people intermingled. There's a woman here looking at her horse, like what's going on. She probably sees her husband as a horse, but she is an angry rabbit, or she's the scared rabbit, angry with this woman, and she's going back and forth. This character I really like here, because if you look at it, there's a woman here with her back and her arm, or a man with his arm around this one. And this is actually two people hiding something. So she's definitely in her thoughts about what has happened and what has not happened. She's very upset. It's also possible that this couple was swinging and he decided to actually have an affair with this woman, which was outside of the boundaries of what they had and hadn't agreed to. Or maybe there was more to it than that. That being said, she is angry. She's suspecting it all. People are in her ear. She's not happy with what she's hearing. You can see that in her ear. She doesn't want to hear it. And getting back down here, she's clogging up. She is not happy at all. She's upset. And I do think that this one is the child of this one. These two are the couple, and this woman is the problem, whether he instigated it or not. And it may have been a one-time thing, and she can't get enough, and she is back wanting more and more. He's either holding on to her or telling her no, and I think he's doing a little bit of both. I think there's times where he's like, no, 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 you need to stay away from me. And then there's other times that he gives in because he can't say no, which is why he thinks of her as the demon, and the husband here thinks of him as the demon stealing his wife, and he's angry because this man is breaking up and ruining his family. And he's standing here just like, whatever, I'm not doing any of that, etc., etc. On this gentleman's right side, the father's weighing very heavily on him. I'm sure he's hearing a lot about it. He's angry with his mother in the movement forward, but it's not causing the burdens of the world on his life. He's more concerned about the child. The grandchild is what I'm going to assume. I really think that is the... Well, no, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. That's not her grandchild, but I think she had some relationship with it. And if that is her grandchild, then this woman is possibly his wife reasoning with this woman to calm down, see how angry she is and what she wants to do moving forward. And she may be reasoning with her, telling her, hey, just calm down, you know, it's not a big deal, it's all talk and rumor. But it's weighing heavily on this woman's heart. And again, I feel like I don't have proof of that, but I do feel like these two are together because of the child under the arm that they're both trying to protect. And I think the big issue with that is the child. So, let's see if I missed anything. This woman that's talking here, it is weighing heavily on her heart. And she possibly could have come talk to her. And she said, no, I'm happily with my husband. And blah, 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 blah. I really don't think that is it, though. I do think these two are together. And I think that they are, I'm sorry, that they have been together. And that these two were the original relationship. Again, I don't have proof of that. If this is you, you will know. What I can tell you for sure is that she is in her thoughts heavily about who did what and what has happened in the past, possibly behind closed doors. It's very heavy on her head. She's very concerned about this gentleman. And it is very possible that this gentleman is the father and the grandfather, and he is upset at him. And I say that, but I don't see why he would be attacking him. So I really think these are two different gentlemen. There's too much accusation here. He's too angry. And I would say this is him wanting to accuse, but this gentleman definitely has a little mustache thing going on here. It's the same guy here that he had there. And with the child, the way they're protecting the child and the way the child is sitting heavily on her arm, which is the capacity to hold life. She's holding on to this child. So it almost makes me wonder if the child is not in somehow some relation to her, or she just was in her life. That could be another issue too. Either way, when you come back over here and look at her and it's weighing heavily on her heart, you do see and her ability to hold her life experiences. She's holding on to a man and a child and a bunny rabbit. She's wanting to hold on to her lifestyle and possibly the entire family. Again, this could be her children trying to reason with this woman about him, and his father's the one going after and angry, and they're keeping him at bay, possibly. It's possible disgraceful. The couple's possibly telling her too, you can't be around the granddaughter. There's too much going on. There's too much talk, and she doesn't need to be involved in this. And that might be where his anger is, and stubbornness, and his fear of what she's bringing down on the family. And again, this could be a cult or something going on that she is part of, and it's all starting to come out. And she's angry with her because that is her person and her man. And I really think these two are together because he's holding on to her and he is keeping her tight. He doesn't want to let her go. So there's a lot of drama here. There's a lot of talk. What I can't tell you is exactly how many times these two have been together. They have definitely been together at least once, if not more. And I can't tell you if he's letting her go or keeping her. I think he's really in his head about it, and he's trying to decide what to do. What I do know is he doesn't want the drama. He doesn't want the public embarrassment. And it could very well be that this is his partner and this is the fling. And he's holding on to her because he's taking action towards her and doesn't want anyone to know. And she's aggravated with the whole thing, and this couple is begging her to let go. Again, you will know who you are in this. There's so many different scenarios, but at the same time, this man's holding on to two women. Whether one is family and the other is not, or one is family and the other is not. And this woman here is listening to the talk, and it's causing her to have issues to hold on to everything in her life. It's stressing her out here. She's not sure what to say. It's weighing heavily on her heart, and it possibly could start closing up her throat chakra. Because this is her here hiding behind her husband. And I honestly think she is hiding behind her husband, knowing, you see the shocked look on her face. I think she knows what's going on 100%. And he may not know. And even if he does know, he's defending it, and he's angry at this gentleman here. And the kid's in the middle. The son's in the middle. All right, guys, this was a complicated one, and I had so much chaos trying to get this video done. It's just one thing after another, and I couldn't get it up as fast as I wanted to, and I wanted to get it up last night, and that didn't happen either. Yeah, there's a lot going on between these two. Again, either way, this gentleman here, he needs to make a decision, and he needs to put his foot down, and he needs to choose one or the other. And he may have lost one. That's the other possibility, because she's concerned about this child, and she may be frustrated because they're telling her, hey, this is affecting the child, and she doesn't want to hear it. Or she doesn't want to hear it. But I do feel like this is what he's hiding and holding on to. And this is what he's moved forward with and wants to hold on to. And this is the action he's taken, is to hold on to this woman, even though he wants to hide this woman. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the tea this morning. And I hope you tune in for the next video, and have a wonderful day. Hey guys, one more quick thing. Don't forget when you watch my videos to make sure you zoom in so you can see everything really good and clear. And then also, if you zoom out, sometimes you can see a full face, or even the whole picture looks like a specific face. This one, I think it looks like the father, the one that's angry and upset, that's up here when you zoom out. And this is all his thoughts, wanting to know the truth and wanting to know who the culprit is. And if it is the father trying to figure out what is truth and what is going on, then I will say, just my take on this whole thing is that both of them have an issue. I don't think whether one instigated it or the other. I think she is definitely hiding things from her husband, and he is definitely hiding things also. I think they are both guilty, and I think instead of going after the gentleman, he should be just as angry at both of them. Bottom line is, something did happen, one way or the other. All right, guys, thanks. After going back to the very beginning when I started drawing, and I'll attach that in real quick here, I really feel like this is the couple. And 100% her husband is angry, accusing him of the affair, and it is her husband here trying to figure out who the culprit is or isn't. Either way, it is disrupting this partnership here. And I'll show you two quick pictures at the beginning of my drawing so you can see the man in question's face, which is really right here. And then how I think these two at the beginning, because these were the first two characters I drew together.
The evening drips like honey, oh so slow. A saxophone whispers where shadows go. Gentle piano paints the twilight's hue as cobblestone sighs beneath our shoe. The books are sleeping on the dusty shelves with stories of lives and forgotten selves. A cafe's hum, a gentle drum in play echoes the footsteps of an endless day. Oh, city lights, they flicker like a dream. Reflections murmur on a flowing stream. Philosophy spills with each thought we sow, and wistful wanderings of all we know. The drizzle dances softly on the street, its rhythm a pulse beneath our retreat. Old stories rise with the scent of rain. The sax sings again, an ache, a refrain. Oh, isn't life a fleeting kind of art? The tender kind that lingers in the heart. A whispered question hangs dearest muse, with answers wrapped in the city's blues. Oh, city lights, they flicker like a dream. Reflections murmur on a flowing stream. Philosophy spills with each thought we sow, and wistful wanderings of all we know. The evening drips like honey, oh so slow. A saxophone whispers where shadows go. Gentle piano paints the twilight's hue as cobblestone sighs beneath our shoe. The books are sleeping on the dusty shelves with stories of lives and forgotten selves. A cafe's hum, a gentle drum in play echoes the footsteps of an endless day. Oh, city lights, they flicker like a dream. Reflections murmur on a flowing stream. Philosophy spills with each thought we sow, and wistful wanderings of all we know. The drizzle dances softly on the street, its rhythm a pulse beneath our retreat. Old stories rise with the scent of rain. The sax sings again, an ache, a refrain. Oh, isn't life a fleeting kind of art? The tender kind that lingers in the heart. A whispered question hangs dearest muse, with city lights, they flicker like a dream. Reflections murmur on a flowing stream. Philosophy spills with each thought we sow, and wistful wanderings of all we know. The evening drips like honey, oh so slow. A saxophone whispers where shadows go. Gentle piano paints the twilight's hue as cobblestone sighs beneath our shoe. The books are sleeping on the dusty shelves, with stories of lives and forgotten selves. A cafe's hum, a gentle drum in play, echoes the footsteps of an endless day. Oh, city lights, they flicker like a dream. Reflections murmur on a flowing stream. Philosophy spills with each thought we sow, and wistful wanderings of all we know. The drizzle dances softly on the street, its rhythm a pulse beneath our retreat. Old stories rise with the scent of rain. The sax sings again, an ache, a refrain. Oh, isn't life a fleeting kind of art? The tender kind that lingers in the heart. Question hangs, dearest muse, with answers wrapped in the city's blues. Oh, city lights, they flicker like a dream. Reflections murmur on a flowing stream. Philosophy spills with each thought we sow, and wistful wanderings of all we know. The evening drips like honey, oh so slow. A saxophone whispers where shadows go. Gentle piano paints the twilight's hue as cobblestone sighs beneath our shoe. The books are sleeping on the dusty shelves, with stories of lives and forgotten selves. A cafe's hum, a gentle drum in play, echoes the footsteps of an endless day. Oh, city lights, they flicker like a dream. Reflections murmur on a flowing stream. drizzle dances softly on the street, its rhythm a pulse beneath our retreat. Old stories rise with the scent of rain. The sax sings again, an ache, a refrain. Oh, isn't life a fleeting kind of art? The tender kind that lingers in the heart. A whispered question hangs dearest muse, with answers wrapped in the city's blues. Oh, city lights, they flicker like a dream. Reflections murmur on a flowing stream. Philosophy spills with each thought we sow, and wistful wanderings of all we know. The evening drips like honey, oh so slow. A saxophone whispers where shadows go. Gentle piano paints the twilight's hue, as cobblestone sighs beneath our shoe. The books are sleeping on the dusty shelves, with stories of lives and forgotten selves. A cafe's hum, a gentle drum in play, echoes the footsteps of an endless day. Oh, city lights, they flicker like a dream. Reflections murmur on a flowing stream. Philosophy spills with each thought we sow, and wistful wanderings of all we know. The drizzle dances softly on the street, its rhythm a pulse beneath our retreat. Old stories rise with the scent